Welcome to Tuitify. Today we are going to discuss about some of the basic abbreviations used very often while using a computer and their basic uses and meaning. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the short forms are arranged alphabetically and it starts with ALU, which stands for Arithmetic Logic Unit. It is basically a part of a computer processor and a combination of digital circuits that performs arithmetic and logic operations on the entered data. Next, coming to BIOS, we have often heard of BIOS while working with computers, which is Basic Input Output System. It is a program that the computer's microprocessor uses to start the computer system after it is powered on. The basic settings of a computer can be changed while using this BIOS setup wizard while starting a computer. Next, coming to CPU, the central processing unit, often called as the brain of a computer. It is the circuitry needed to process input, stored data and output result. Next is CU, which is control unit. It is a component of the CPU that directs the operation performed by the CPU. These all BIOS, CU and ALU are softwares that are written in CPU and performs their specific function. Most of us know about the uses of CD and DVD, but are not aware of their full forms. CD stands for compact disc and DVD stands for digital versatile disc or digital video disc. Yeah, this is a CD and this is a DVD. So the basic difference in them is for the storage spaces, a CD has a maximum storage space of 700 MB, whereas a DVD has a higher storage space. Next, coming to EPROM, which is erasable programmable read-only memory. So EPROM is basically used in modern electronics as well as it was used previously also. This is used to store memory which can be erased and reused. The next abbreviation is FPS, and many of the gamers and video editors use this term. So FPS stands for frames per second. This is the rate of or frequency at which consecutive images appear on a screen, and higher the FPS, higher will be the video and graphics quality. Almost everyone of us using a smartphone or computer knows this one, which is GB. So GB is gigabyte. It is a unit for measuring the amount of data stored or transferred. Next is HTTPS, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So it is basically a protocol used for secure communication over a computer network. Then is hard disk drive, HDD. It is an electromechanical data storage device that stores and retrieves digital data using magnetic storage or magnetic tapes. It is used for storing data. Mainly it was used as a main storage device few years back also, but it is recently being replaced by some of the new storage devices like SSDs, which we will talk about later in this video. Then coming to HDMI. Oh, before that, this is a hard disk actually. Hard disk looks like this, and then I have talked about CPU earlier. So a CPU actually looks like this. Okay, so next is HDMI. It is actually a port or a cable used to combine video audio interface into one connector. It simplifies the installation and reduces cable clutter behind the display devices. It improves picture quality and is necessary for HD and 4K videos. Most frequently used words in this era of internet dependency is IP, which is Internet Protocol. Internet Protocol is a unique address that identifies a device on the internet or a local network. An IP looks like this. It has a network ID and a host ID. So it is just a set of rules governing the format of data sent via the internet or local network. You can check your IP address by typing my IP address in your browser that you use. Then coming to ISP, it stands for Internet Service Provider. It is the companies that provide you internet in exchange of a fee. Moving on to the next is JPEG, JPEG. We often call it JPEG. So it stands for Joint Photographic Expert Groups, and it is simply a image format or extension for images mainly produced by digital photography. Then again coming to next one, kilobyte. Kilobyte is an also unit for measuring data, and it is a lower unit than GB. Most of us know about it. The following two abbreviations, that is LCD and LEDs, everyone have heard of it, that is while buying any monitor or smartphone or anything like that. So LCD stands for liquid crystal display and LED stands for light emitting diode. LCD works by blocking lights and using electricity to align liquid crystals and form an image, whereas LEDs use diodes to emit light when current flows through it. In comparison to LCDs, LEDs are better as they use less power, provide better picture quality, produce less heat and takes less space than a LCD. You can see the picture quality difference in these two pictures. See how a picture in LCD looks and how a picture in LED looks. Next, coming to LAN, which stands for Local Area Network. It is a computer network that basically interconnects computer within a limited area, such as school, colleges or banks, or it can be used in your locality, that is in your home or any such places. Then coming to MB, again everybody is aware of it, but the full form, many of us don't know the full form, so the full form is megabyte. It is also a unit of measuring data, and it is also a lower unit of GB. Then coming to MS-DOS, we have read this in our schools also. MS-DOS is Microsoft DOS operating system, and it was the main operating system in the 1980s for the IBM PCs. Then coming to NOS, which stands for Network Operating System. It is a software or operating system which mainly looks after the network resources of a computer. OS, most of us are aware of OS. OS is simply operating system, that is without which our computer cannot perform any task. Some examples, Windows 7, Windows 10, iOS or Linux. There are many other examples. Most of us has appeared for some MCQ exams and come across this sheet of paper called OMR. Yeah, you can see it here. It is an OMR. So what is OMR? OMR is actually called optical mark recognition. It is a way of capturing human mark data from document or forms. So we give exam in this paper and it is scanned through a OMR scanner and we get our marks. Moving to the next page, here we have PC. PC is personal computer, which is simply your desktop or computer, whatever. Then coming to PDF. PDF, a very common used term. PDF was created by Adobe, and it is just a file format where you can convert your document, text, images in a manner that no hardware, any special hardware or operating system is not required. So all of us are aware of these short forms, but few of us know about their full forms, right? Their correct usage or their background. So this video is just to make everyone aware of these full forms and their correct usage and background. And Tuitify is here to share with you the information. Moving on to the next, we have Rom and Ram. While buying any smartphones or computer, we ask about its ROM and RAM. These are the most important primary memories present in your computer and smartphone. So RAM is a volatile memory that temporarily stores the files you are working on, while ROM is a non-volatile memory which stores the files permanently, and it stores the instructions for your computer permanently. So higher the RAM of a device, higher will be its capability to do multitask. And this is how a RAM looks like. Yeah, you can see it here. This RAM is used in a desktop and this RAM is used in a laptop. And this is how a ROM looks like. So then coming to the QKB, the Qwerty keyboard. This is basically the keyboard we use, simple keyboard we use. The name Qwerty has been derived from the first 6 letters present in the keyboard, that is Q, W. These are the Q, W, E, R, T, Y. It is just a design of a keyboard which was named as Qwerty Keyboard due to its first 6 letters. Then moving to SSD. SSD stands for solid state drive, as previously discussed in this video. So SSDs are storage devices replacing the hard disk. They are made of integrated circuits and use flash memory to store data. Its data access time is much faster than hard disk. It takes less space, but it is more expensive, obviously. Then moving to SMPS, another important part of a computer. It is designed for obtaining the regulated DC output voltage from an unregulated DC or AC voltage. So this is how an SMPS looks like. This is how a SMPS looks like, and I forgot to show you the SSDs. This is how a SSD looks like. Okay. There are different sizes of SSDs. So the new one recently used SSDs are smaller ones, and this larger one is also in use. Then moving to terabyte, that is TB. TB is also another measuring unit for data, and it is a higher unit of gigabyte, obviously. 1 TB is equal to 1024 gigabyte, that is 1024 gigabytes. Then moving to USB, I think everyone knows this. Almost everybody is aware of its uses. It is used to transfer data between a host device and a peripheral device, and the full form is Universal Serial Bus. So everyone knows the short form USB, but if you don't know the full form, then please note it down. Then moving to UPS, it is an electrical apparatus which simply uses battery to provide power to our devices during a power cut. It works just like a power bank, and its full form is uninterrupted power supply. Moving to next page, you have URL. URL is Uniform Resource Locator, also termed as network web address. It is a unique address that simply identifies any network for web resources or on the World Wide Web. You will see a URL like this. There will be a protocol, that is HTTPS, as discussed earlier, then a domain where the www stands for World Wide Web, and the path and a web page. This together is called a URL. Next, moving to VGA. VGA stands for Video Graphics Array. It is a standard connecting pin or connector used for computer video output. We use this connector to connect our monitor or projector to our computer. You can see it is a 15-pin output. There are 15 pins, and this is the port where we plug in the cable. Then next is VCR. VCR is video cassette recorder, which is an electromechanical device that records analog audio and analog video from broadcast television or other sources. Its uses have decreased nowadays. It is not used so much nowadays, and it is replaced by many other devices. Then moving to Wi-Fi, the most used abbreviated among all these. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity, and it is a type of wireless network protocols which gives internet access to nearby devices wirelessly using radio waves to exchange the data. A router performs the function of making the internet access wirelessly. So Wi-Fi, it looks like this. Everyone knows this, I think. It looks just like this. And in a Wi-Fi, you can see some ports where there is written LAN, WAN, many things. So LAN we have discussed earlier. So what is WAN? WAN stands for Wide Area Network. WAN is basically a telecommunication network that extends over a large area. LAN is for local area network, and WAN is for wide area network. So here you can see, I think you will be able to see. I'm sorry, let me take the eraser once. Oops, it's not working, sorry. So here actually basically this is the WAN port and we connect the Ethernet cable here. Then moving to www, I told you while telling URL, www stands for World Wide Web. This is an information system where documents and other web resources are accessed using URL over the internet. Then moving to XMS, where X is for extended. Extended starts with E, but here the short form is abbreviation is started with X. Extended memory specification. It was a procedure mainly used under the DOS and Windows operating system for using high memory area. Moving to Yotobyte, many of us is not aware of this. Yotobyte is the another unit of measuring data, just like GB, TB and MB, KB. So it is the highest multiple of bytes. And the last one, that is zip. It's not the zip of our pants, obviously. It stands for zigzag inline package. It is an archive file format that supports lossless data compression. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Do like the video if it helped you. Share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe and press the bell icon if you are new to our channel. Stay safe and keep learning.